In the game you just witnessed here on NFL Network, the Senior Bowl powered by Under Armour, Jake Locker leading the North team, Von Miller of the South, the Butkus Award winner from Texas A&M as the nation's top linebacker. First quarter opening possession, Christian Ponder completing the Florida State-Miami exacta, throwing it to Leonard Hankerson.
Yeah, and that's Hankerson just making a play. Ball underthrown, he loses his defender and actually comes up with a big catch.
That was a 48-yard gain that led to a field goal. The ensuing North possession, Jake Locker overthrows Lance Kendricks.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. Those are one of those throws you have to make. He had Kendricks in. You can talk about not having being on the same page. He's got to get it done.
All right, Derek Locke up the middle for 18 yards.
I like this kid.
4th and 1.
I think he's not going to be an every down back in the National Football League. Doesn't have the size or the strength, but he can be a nice change of pace guy.
3 plays later, that's the Ponder-Hankerson combination again for an 18-yard score.
That Hankerson-Ponder thing worked pretty well for the ball day long, didn't it?
It was 10-0 South at that point. 2 possessions later, Greg McElroy dumps it off there to Noel Devine of West Virginia, who will take it down to the 3-yard line, and it would be Devine later.
I was going to say, nice patience by the quarterback, McElroy, right there, allowing things to develop.
And there's Devine on 4th and goal, getting the touchdown, 17-0.
This wasn't supposed to happen, was it? It was supposed to be the North that was loaded with talent.
18 total yards for the North in the first half. Third quarter, this is the North's opening possession. Colin Kaepernick trying to run. Von Miller got him.
Yeah, Miller's going to be a good player at the next level, and that's not even his strength. His strength is rushing the passer.
Back to the North a couple of possessions later. That's Jake Locker back in there now, checking it down to Darrell Scott of Maryland, a 34-yard catch.
I thought Scott acquitted himself pretty well in today's game.
And 2 plays later, the only touchdown for the North. Again, that is Scott.
As predicted, Matt, I think both teams, as you said, would come out in the second half and play a little sharper, and they did.
All right, it's 17-10 South. At this point, Christian Ponder, again, that's his second touchdown pass of the game. Jeremy Curley on the receiving end from TCU, 23 yards, 24-10 South. That would be the final score. There's some stats. Christian Ponder named the game's most valuable player because of those 2 touchdown passes, 7 for 13. Hankerson caught one of those. Jake Locker for the North. Better in the second half, 6 of 10 for 98 yards statistically. And Dane Sanzenbacher of Ohio State, 5 receptions for 62 yards.